Hi, I'm Marta from Marta's Kitchen, and I'm going to have the pleasure of showing you how to prepare two different kinds of festive truffles today. So for our truffles, we are going to use basically the same ingredients. We'll just change the chocolate that we're using. The main ingredients for these truffles are mascarpone cheese. We have this sugar biscotti, and we're going to use for some of our truffles white chocolate, and for the other truffles dark chocolate and dried cranberries. So the first thing we need to do is, obviously, we're going to melt our chocolate. We will use the same amount of all the ingredients. So if we're using 100 grams of white chocolate, we will use 100 grams of sugar biscotti and 100 grams of mascarpone cheese. We will melt our chocolate, and then we will powder the sugar biscotti, and we will mix all the ingredients together and refrigerate. So it's now time to powder our sugar biscotti with the help of a blender. Any blender you have at home will do. If your blender is not as strong as mine, then just break the biscotti into pieces before you blend them. A little more. So as you can see, our biscotti have turned completely into powder. It looks almost like breadcrumbs, yeah? All we need to do now is mix those biscotti with the mascarpone and the white chocolate that is already melted. This is a fabulous recipe to actually prepare with the kids as well, because there is hardly any cooking involved and they can do it themselves. We've got our beautiful white chocolate that has already melted, as you can see, nice and smooth. So all we're going to do is we'll pour it over the mascarpone cheese and the sugar biscotti, and we'll just give it a good stir until completely blended, so we can create the dough for our white chocolate truffles. So let's start mixing. Now we've mixed our dough for our white truffles, and the ideal thing to do is to refrigerate it probably for about 2 hours to ensure that the dough is cold enough for us to be able to shape the truffles. Yeah? This is what it will look like after refrigerating it for a couple of hours. As you can see, it's a very soft dough, but it makes it very easy for us to manipulate. It's almost like Play-Doh, okay? So just get a small dollop, put it in the center of your hand, and make a round move until you get a little sphere. Coconut powder, some chocolate sprinkles, and some pine nuts as well, which are very festive. So you can choose which one you want to use. We're going to use some coconut powder for this one. This one. With the pine nuts, you're going to have to put a little bit of pressure with your hands to ensure they stick nicely. You can do the same truffles using black chocolate and cranberries, dried cranberries. The process is exactly the same. We will use some mascarpone cheese, powdered sugar biscotti, melted dark chocolate, and dried cranberries. You will also refrigerate it for a couple of hours, and this will be the result. And we will do exactly the same as we did with the white truffles. Just put a small dollop on your hand and round it until you shape it into a nice sphere. To pack our truffles and give them as a gift to our loved ones, I've got this cute little plastic bags. You can get them in Tavola. So what we're going to do now is we'll put 2 or 3 little truffles into the bags and then close it with a nice ribbon. These are your festive chocolate truffles. I'm Marta from Marta's Kitchen. Enjoy!